The sun climbs over the horizon, casting a golden light across an immense, unbroken sea of grass. This is a land shaped by the sun, the rain, and the wind. It stretches further than the eye can see, a vast canvas of life and death. The air is cool and still in the early morning, but soon, a gentle breeze begins to stir, whispering secrets through the tall stalks of golden oatgrass. It carries the scent of damp earth and distant rain, a promise of life in this ancient kingdom. Here, time is not measured in hours or days, but in seasons and generations. It is a world that has remained unchanged for millennia, a theater for the greatest drama on Earth. Far in the distance, a lone acacia tree stands silhouetted against the rising sun. Its flat-topped canopy offers the only real shade for miles around. This landscape, though seemingly peaceful, is an arena of constant struggle. Every living thing here is part of a delicate yet brutal balance. The gentle rustle of the grass is not just the sound of the wind, it is the sound of life, of countless creatures moving, feeding, and hiding. The silence between the gusts of wind is filled with an unspoken tension. It is the quiet anticipation that hangs over a world where every moment is a test of survival, and every decision can mean the difference between life and death. The morning mist clings to the low-lying areas, shrouding the landscape in a soft, ethereal veil. As the sun gains strength, this mist slowly burns away, revealing the true scale of the plains. Herds of animals, mere specks from a distance, begin to take shape. They move like slow, flowing rivers across the land. The sound of their hooves, a soft, rhythmic drumming, is the heartbeat of this place. It is a sound of continuity, of a journey that never truly ends. This is a kingdom ruled not by one monarch, but by the unwritten laws of nature, a place of breathtaking beauty and uncompromising reality. From a high vantage point, one can appreciate the sheer scale of this wilderness. The colors are deep and rich, the gold of the grasses, the deep green of the sparse foliage, and the brilliant blue of the endless sky. It is a world painted with a bold and dramatic palette. The air is so clear that you can see for miles, watching the subtle shifts in the light as clouds drift lazily overhead. But this beauty is deceptive. It masks a constant underlying tension. For beneath this tranquil surface, the eternal conflict between predator and prey is about to unfold once more, as it has done since the dawn of time. As the day warms, the rulers of this kingdom begin to stir. Lying low in the tall grass, almost invisible, is a pride of lions. Their tawny coats blend perfectly with the dry vegetation. They are the apex predators here, symbols of power and strength. A large male, his magnificent mane, a dark frame around his face, lifts his heavy head. He yawns, revealing a formidable set of canine teeth. His amber eyes scan the horizon, not with urgency, but with the calm assurance of an animal that knows it has no rivals. He is the master of this domain, and his presence commands respect from all who share this land. Elsewhere, another hunter is on the move. A solitary leopard, a creature of shadow and stealth, rests high in the branches of a marula tree. Its beautiful spotted coat is a masterpiece of camouflage, breaking up its outline against the dappled light filtering through the leaves. Unlike the lions, the leopard relies on cunning and surprise. It is a patient and methodical hunter, capable of waiting for hours for the perfect opportunity. Its gaze is intense, missing nothing. Every flicker of movement in the grasslands below is noted, every sound analyzed. This is a world where observation and patience are powerful weapons. Not all predators here are large cats. In the distance, a pack of spotted hyenas emerges from their den. They are often misunderstood, seen merely as scavengers. But they are also incredibly efficient hunters in their own right. Their social structure is complex, and their teamwork is formidable. They move with a unique loping gait, their heads low to the ground, constantly sniffing the air for any sign of a meal. The sound of their calls, an eerie whooping that carries for miles, is a chilling reminder of their presence. They are opportunists, and their persistence is legendary. And then there is the cheetah. Built for sheer speed, It is the embodiment of grace and agility. We see one perched on a termite mound, using the elevated position to survey the plains. Its slender body is a marvel of biological engineering. A deep chest, a flexible spine, and a long tail that acts as a rudder all contribute to its astonishing acceleration. Its eyes, marked by the distinctive black tear lines that run from their corners, are fixed on the distant herds. It is not strength, but explosive pace that is the cheetah's greatest asset in this competitive kingdom. Each predator has its own strategy, its own unique set of skills honed over countless generations. Across the plains, the great herds of herbivores are on the move. Thousands of wildebeest and zebra form a vast, shifting mass of stripes and horns. Their journey is relentless, driven by the search for fresh grazing and water. For them, there is safety in numbers. The sheer size of the herd can confuse a predator, making it difficult to single out an individual. The air is thick with the dust kicked up by their hooves and the constant lowing calls that bind the group together. They are the lifeblood of the savanna, the foundation upon which the entire ecosystem is built. Their survival depends on constant vigilance. A herd of zebra grazes peacefully, but their calmness is an illusion. Each animal is acutely aware of its surroundings. Their heads lift in unison at the slightest unfamiliar sound. Their large mobile ears swivel like radar dishes, capturing every snap of a twig, every distant call on the wind. Their black and white stripes, so dazzling to our eyes, create a confusing spectacle for a predator when they are grouped together, a phenomenon known as motion dazzle. One zebra acts as a lookout, its body tense, its eyes scanning the horizon. This shared responsibility is crucial for the survival of the herd. One moment of inattention could be fatal. Nearby, a family of giraffes moves with a slow, stately grace. Their incredible height gives them a unique advantage. From their lofty perspective, they can spot danger from a great distance, long before the animals on the ground are aware of it. They act as natural watchtowers for the entire savanna community. When a giraffe suddenly stops feeding and stares intently in one direction, other animals take notice. It is a silent alarm, a signal that a threat may be near. Even the largest bull giraffe, however, is not entirely safe. A determined pride of lions can, and sometimes does, bring one down. For the young, the weak, and the old, the danger is ever present. A young wildebeest calf stays close to its mother's side, learning the sounds and smells of its world. Its life is precarious. It must be strong enough to keep up with the herd from the moment it is born. Any sign of weakness will be noticed by the predators who are always watching from the periphery. Survival here is a race against time, a test of endurance and instinct. Every day is a struggle, and every nightfall brings with it a new set of challenges and fears. The grazer's vigil never ends. The midday sun beats down relentlessly. The heat shimmers above the ground, distorting the horizon. Most animals seek shelter, conserving their energy during the hottest part of the day. But the predators are patient. They know that as the afternoon cools, the herds will begin to move again, presenting an opportunity. A lioness, separated from her pride, lies flat in a shallow depression. Her muscles are relaxed, but her senses are on high alert. She is downwind from a herd of zebra, a crucial advantage. The breeze, which brings her the scent of her prey, carries her own scent away from them. The air itself becomes a character in this drama. It is a carrier of information, a silent messenger. The lioness inhales deeply, her powerful nose deciphering the complex tapestry of smells. She can distinguish the scent of zebra from that of wildebeest. She can even perhaps detect the scent of a vulnerable individual, one that is old, sick, or young. The wind rustles the grass around her, providing a subtle acoustic cover for her movements. She listens intently, her ears twitching. She hears the distant munching of the grazing herd, the soft thud of their hooves on the dry earth, and the occasional snort or call. Slowly, deliberately, she begins to move. She does not run. She crawls. Her body is held low to the ground, her belly almost brushing the soil. Each paw is placed with infinite care to avoid making a sound. She uses every dip in the terrain, every patch of taller grass as cover. This is the stalk, a period of intense concentration and suspense. It can last for over an hour. Any mistake, a snapped twig, a dislodged stone, a sudden gust of wind from the wrong direction, could give her away and end the hunt before it has truly begun. Her focus is absolute, her entire being concentrated on a single goal. The tension is palpable. The world seems to slow down. The distant sounds of the savanna fade into the background, replaced by the sound of the lioness's own steady breathing and the gentle whisper of the grass against her fur. She freezes as a zebra lifts its head, its ears swiveling in her direction. For a long moment, everything is still. The zebra stares, trying to penetrate the camouflage of the landscape. The lioness remains motionless, a statue of coiled potential. After what seems like an eternity, the zebra lowers its head and resumes grazing. The immediate danger has passed, and the stalk continues. The sun begins its slow descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. The golden hour has arrived, a time of long shadows and soft light. This changing light is an ally to the hunter. The deep shadows provide additional cover, allowing the lioness to close the remaining distance to her unsuspecting prey. She has now singled out her target, a zebra that has strayed slightly from the main group, its attention focused on a particularly lush patch of grass. This separation, however small, is the weakness the lioness has been waiting for. It is the flaw in the herd's collective defense. She moves like a liquid shadow, flowing over the contours of the land. Her muscles, bunched and ready, ripple beneath her tawny coat. Every sense is strained. She can see the twitch of the zebra's tail, hear the sound of it tearing at the grass, and almost feel the vibrations of its movements through the ground. The world has shrunk to encompass only her and her target. The rest of the herd, the vast plains, the setting sun, they all fade into irrelevance. This is a primeval duel, a contest of wits and reflexes that is about to reach its climax. The air is heavy with anticipation. Her approach is painstakingly slow. She covers the final 50 meters with agonizing patience. She uses a technique known as stalk and freeze. She moves only when the zebra's head is down, grazing. The moment the zebra looks up, she freezes instantly, becoming one with the landscape. This requires incredible discipline and an innate understanding of her prey's behavior. She is now so close that she can see the individual stripes on the zebra's flank, the flies buzzing around its ears. The scent of her prey is overpowering. Her heart is pounding, but her body remains a picture of perfect control. The moment is drawing near. The lioness gathers her powerful hind legs beneath her, preparing for the explosive burst of speed required for the final charge. She is a coiled spring of muscle and intent. The setting sun glints in her focused amber eyes. There is no malice here, no cruelty. There is only the pure, unadulterated instinct of a predator, an instinct that has been perfected over millions of years of evolution. The life of the zebra and the survival of the lioness and her future cubs hang in the balance, suspended in this single, breathtaking moment of stillness before the storm. Suddenly, the stillness is shattered. The lioness erupts from her cover in a blur of sand-colored fur. For a fraction of a second, the zebra is frozen in confusion, its head snapping up as it registers the immediate mortal danger. Then, instinct takes over. It bolts, its powerful legs churning, kicking up clouds of dust. The chase is on. It is a short, violent explosion of energy. The lioness is not built for long-distance running like a cheetah. She relies on her initial devastating burst of speed to close the gap before her prey can reach its full stride. The quiet savanna is instantly transformed into a theater of desperate action. The sound is overwhelming, the thunder of hooves, the panicked braying of the terrified zebra, and the low, guttural growls of the pursuing lioness. The rest of the herd scatters in a chaotic explosion of black and white stripes, their alarm calls echoing across the plain. They run for their own lives, unable to help their herd mate. The chase is a dramatic slow-motion ballet. The lioness, her body stretched out, claws extended, gains ground with every powerful stride. Her eyes are locked onto the zebra's hindquarters, her target. The zebra, for its part, runs with the desperation of an animal fighting for its very existence. The lioness is now just a few feet behind. She lunges, one massive paw swiping at the zebra's hind legs. The aim is to unbalance it, to bring it down. The zebra twists violently, its athletic body contorting to avoid the blow. It is a testament to its own agility and power. But the lioness is relentless. She is committed to this attack. And she will not give up easily. She launches herself into the air, a truly awesome display of power, aiming to land on the zebra's back and bring it down with her weight and strength. This is the critical moment of the hunt. The world seems to hold its breath. In this split second, captured as if in slow motion, the raw power of nature is on full display. The straining muscles of both animals, the desperation in the zebra's eyes, the lethal focus in the lioness's. It is a scene of savage beauty, a moment where the line between life and death is thinner than a blade of grass. The dust swirls around them, catching the last rays of the setting sun, turning the entire scene a dramatic, bloody red. The outcome is still uncertain, hanging precariously in the balance. Just as the lioness makes contact, the zebra makes a desperate, last-ditch effort to survive. It kicks out with its powerful hind legs. A zebra's kick is a formidable weapon, capable of shattering a lion's jaw or even killing it outright. It is a risk the lioness must take with every hunt. The blow connects, but it is not a direct hit. It glances off the lioness's shoulder, causing her to grunt in pain and momentarily lose her grip. This split-second reprieve is all the zebra needs. It stumbles but does not fall. It finds its footing and surges forward again, putting a few precious yards between itself and the predator. The lioness lands heavily, rolling in the dust. The impact of the kick has clearly taken a toll. She scrambles to her feet, shaking her head, but the initial momentum of her attack is lost. The zebra is now at full gallop, its powerful stride eating up the ground. The gap between them widens with every second. The lioness attempts to give chase again, her body still coursing with adrenaline, but her sprint is spent. She knows she cannot catch the zebra now. She slows to a trot, and then to a walk, her sides heaving as she fights to regain her breath. The zebra does not look back. It runs until it is safely back within the confusing, shifting mass of the herd. Its sides are bleeding from the lioness's claws, shallow wounds that will heal. It is exhausted and terrified, but it is alive. It has survived. The rest of the herd, now settling down, accepts it back into their midst. The immediate danger has passed, but the memory of the attack will linger, a stark reminder of the constant threat that stalks them. For the zebra, this encounter is a victory, a successful test of its strength, speed, and luck. The lioness stands alone on the plain, watching the herd disappear into the twilight. The hunt has failed. She will go hungry tonight. This is the reality for predators. Hunting is a difficult and dangerous business, and success is never guaranteed. In fact, most hunts end in failure. For all her power and skill, the lioness is also at the mercy of chance and the abilities of her prey. She turns and begins the long walk back towards her own territory, a solitary figure under the vast, star-filled African sky. Tonight, the balance has tipped in favor of the prey. The sun is now dipped below the horizon, and a deep purple twilight settles over the plains. The dust kicked up during the frantic chase begins to settle, and a profound quiet descends. The sounds of the day, the calls of birds, the buzzing of insects, the lowing of the herds, are replaced by the sounds of the night. The chirping of crickets, the distant, eerie whoop of a hyena, and the gentle sigh of the wind through the grass. The drama is over. The savanna returns to a state of watchful peace, but the energy of the event still hangs in the air. The lioness limps slightly, favoring the shoulder that took the force of the zebra's kick. The cost of the hunt is not just the energy expended, but also the risk of injury. A serious injury could mean she is unable to hunt effectively, which for a solitary predator can be a death sentence. She finds a vantage point on a rocky outcrop and lies down, her breathing still heavy. She licks her wounds and gazes out into the gathering darkness. There is no sense of disappointment in her posture, only a quiet acceptance of the outcome. Tomorrow, she will hunt again. For the zebra herd, a semblance of normality returns. The animals graze nervously, still on high alert. The individual that escaped the attack stays deep within the protection of the group, its rapid breathing slowly returning to normal. Its survival today was a combination of its own strength and the lioness's slight miscalculation. It is a fine line that separates the victor from the vanquished in this kingdom. The herd will remain restless throughout the night, aware that the darkness provides cover for other hunters who may be watching and waiting. This single dramatic encounter is just one story among thousands that play out every day in this vast wilderness. It is a powerful illustration of the forces that shape this land and the creatures within it. The constant pressure of predation ensures that only the strongest, fastest, and most alert of the prey animals survive to pass on their genes. In turn, the challenge of catching such capable prey ensures that only the most skillful and powerful predators thrive. It is a brutal but perfect system of natural selection, an endless cycle of life and death that maintains the health and vitality of the entire ecosystem. As night takes full hold of the land, the sky becomes a breathtaking spectacle of stars, unobscured by any artificial light. The Milky Way stretches across the heavens like a celestial river. Down below, the predator kingdom is still very much alive. The nocturnal hunters, like the leopard and the hyena, are just beginning their work. A different set of senses now dominates. Hearing and smell become more important than sight. The darkness does not bring peace. It simply changes the rules of the game and introduces a new cast of characters to the nightly drama of survival. This world, so full of danger and conflict, is also a place of profound and raw beauty. It is in the stark contrast between the serene landscape and the brutal reality of life and death that its true majesty is revealed. There is an honesty here that is absent in our own world. Life is stripped down to its most essential elements: the need to eat, the drive to reproduce, and the instinct to survive. Every creature, from the smallest insect to the largest lion, plays its part in this intricate web of existence. Nothing is wasted. Everything has a purpose. To witness these events is to be reminded of our place in the natural world. We are merely visitors here, observers of a drama that has been running for aeons. It is a privilege to catch a glimpse of this ancient cycle, to feel the tension of the hunt and the relief of the escape. It fosters a deep and abiding respect for the resilience and adaptability of these animals. They live their lives on a knife's edge, facing challenges every day that we can barely imagine. Their existence is a testament to the power and endurance of life itself. This predator kingdom, with its endless plains and dramatic encounters, is a precious and fragile treasure. It is a world governed by a natural balance that has been perfected over millions of years. The beauty and the danger are two sides of the same coin. One cannot exist without the other. It is a powerful reminder that we must approach these wild places not as conquerors, but with humility and respect. For, in the end, the survival of these magnificent creatures and the wild kingdoms they inhabit depends entirely on our willingness to let them be. The circle must remain unbroken.